we're filming a sit down video. I literally haven't filmed one of these in years. You guys wanted a sit down video, so that is what we're doing today. Hello you guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla. If you are new here, welcome. If you guys have not been following along, if you haven't been watching my vlogs, also I'm sorry if my glasses do a weird reflection. I am filming in front of my patio and my new apartment. Yes, if you guys have not been watching my vlogs, then you probably would not know that I moved into my first apartment. It is all mine. It is 110%, well, not all mine because I don't own it, but it's my apartment. I officially moved out. I'm in my own place. If you guys want to just learn more about that entire journey, definitely go and check out my moving vlogs. I will try to have them linked somewhere on the screen. Otherwise, you can go and check them out. But I filmed like the first move-in. I filmed some decorations. There's going to be a full apartment tour coming soon, I promise. Okay, so starting off from the beginning, like I said, I did move. So if you guys have been watching me for a while, you would know that I lived for the majority of my life in Wisconsin. I was from Madison, Wisconsin. That is where I grew up. That is where I started my YouTube channel at. That is just where I was. And about mid-October, actually no, I want to say about May, it was decided that I would be moving to Texas. I wanted to change. I wanted to get out. I wanted to just move. I'm pretty sure I did an entire video talking about it, so I won't go too in depth, but I did move, and I moved down to Austin, Texas in October, like early mid-October, which is how I ended up here. There's the biggest wasp. There's the biggest wasp just buzzing by my door. Holy shit. Anyway. So I have been living in my apartment for about 3-ish weeks, and I wanted to just talk about my overall experience just moving in the great state of Texas and Austin, my apartment hunting experience, the move-in experience itself, and what it feels like living by myself at this point. So that is what we're gonna do. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely comment down below what other videos you want to see. If you guys have any other questions, I am essentially an open book and I'd be more than happy to answer them. But yes, so one of the first things that I did when I started looking for apartments and just doing the whole like apartment searching was going online and just looking at the different areas, in my case, in the Austin area. I wanted to see what exactly was out there. This included looking at the city of Austin as a whole and all of like the Austin metropolitan areas, which includes the surrounding like cities. I was gonna say states, and I'm like, that's not the word I'm looking for, but all of the surrounding cities as well, which includes like Cedar Park and Round Rock, Georgetown, Pflugerville. There was one other place I can't think of, but you essentially look at all of the surrounding cities and Austin itself. I personally did not mind staying within Austin city limits, but I did not want to stay in like downtown Austin, South Austin. One, it was just really far away from where I was working, which was a huge thing for me because I obviously don't want to work 45 minutes away from where I live, especially if you counter in morning traffic and tolls, and it was just a lot. Like, my people in California complain about LA traffic. Texas traffic is no joke either. So that was a huge thing for me. The other thing was I didn't want to be far away from like my family down here. I really didn't want to be far away from my sister. I like the idea of being close enough where, you know, we're far away that we're not on top of each other, but we're close enough to where I can pop over and be like, hey, I'm in the neighborhood. That was a huge thing. So I looked for apartments within the specific area that I was interested in. I did do a lot of research on the area, looking at the crime rates, looking at the amenities within the area, just city ordinance, stuff like that, trying to just learn as much as I can about the area itself, because some areas were more like college heavy, others were more like family friendly, like family starter places. Looking at the total cost for, you know, if you stay in inner city, you might not be guaranteed parking, which is a huge thing because I have a car. Whereas if you stayed towards like outer area, you could have parking, but it may be additional costs, and just taking a look at all of that. Plus, a huge thing that I learned very early on is the price point for these apartments is gonna vary so much based off of the area you want to live at. If you're looking at staying at a more high traffic area, like let's say your dream is to get an apartment downtown, you want to have that downtown apartment, you want to have that downtown place, that's great. But keep in mind, you're going to pay that downtown price. And that was just not something that I wanted. I'm sorry. I am still in college. I pay my own bills. I work a pretty decent job for being 23 years old. I do not need to have a skyline view when I'm not making skyline view money, you know? So downtown Austin just wasn't a huge thing for me. The other thing too was, like I mentioned, I did not want roommates. 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 Granted, I did look at them. I did explore that option. I did look into it. I actually interviewed with a really, really sweet lady and checked out an area and checked out the space, and it just wasn't for me. It wasn't something I personally would be happy with. Like I said, I grew up with family. I grew up with siblings. I stayed with siblings before. I wanted my own space. If I wanted my friends to come over, I wanted to have it so that it was our area. It didn't have to be okayed by somebody. If it's okay if this person comes, if that person comes, you know, if I get a little boo thing, I wanted to be able to have that boo thing come through and it not be an issue. I wanted my space. I wanted to decorate it my way. A tip to you guys when it comes to like budgeting, especially if you're trying to move into like a large city area, if you want to go to LA or you want to go to Texas, Dallas, if you want to go to New York or something like that, know your area and know your budget and be honest to that. I think it's amazing if you want to live in downtown, but you don't make downtown money, don't live outside of your means. And that was a huge... Okay, so let's talk about signing the lease. What is a lease? Essentially, if you guys don't know, a lease is you agreeing to the terms and conditions, and is a contract. It is a legally binding contract saying you agree to live in this area and abide by the building's rules. You agree to pay specific amounts, you agree to not do specific things, and just so on and so forth. It is a legally binding contract, and you sign your name in like 50 bajillion places, and at the end of it, the apartment is yours. So when I filled out the application for my apartment, it was all online. I did have to pay an application fee, so that is something to keep in mind when you go and start looking at apartments and you're ready to start buying an apartment. And those can go anywhere from $25 to upwards of like $90 depending on the place. I know mine's, I believe, was $40 if I'm not mistaken. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Don't go out to applying to apartments all willy-nilly. Like be selective with your apartment choices, because that cost can get pretty expensive, and sadly enough, those fees are non-refundable. So yes, I filled out my application online. I had to put in all of my government information, as well as like emergency contacts. I had to put in my income. Sometimes they make you show a copy of your most recent like pay stub or just something to verifiable proof of income. Mine's didn't have me do that, but it did run my credit, which is another big thing. People have this idea, I know I had this idea, that if you have poor credit, you cannot get a place. That is not always the case. I actually spoke to my leasing office about this because I'm a college kid. I have student loans. I have credit cards. My credit is not the best. It is something we are working on. I be on Credit Karma, but it's not the best. And I was very transparent with my leasing office, and I recommend you guys to be as well if you don't have the best of credit. And something that she told me, which I'm going to tell you guys about, is the fact that most apartments will work with you to get the place as long as you don't have like prior renter history, like prior renter issues. If you didn't break a lease, if you didn't burn a building down, if you didn't do anything that was like detrimental to your other like place that you lived at, then most apartments are going to be able to work with you. Usually they'll be like, you can go in and do it and you just have to pay more money up front, or pay like more money as a deposit, which is what mine's did. I did have to put down a little bit more, but that was fine because it is refundable at the end of the day. And when you move out, as long as you didn't damage the place, then you do get money back, which is pretty great. That night, like I applied and then it said wait 2 minutes, and I got the notice that I was approved for my apartment, which I was really, really happy about. And then they emailed me the lease to DocuSign, which is where you just sign everything electronically. So definitely read through your lease and make sure that you agree to the terms. Make sure there's something that can be negotiable, or if there's some things that you like, some things that you don't exactly need or don't have. Like I know my building comes with like cable, and I don't watch TV. I literally watch YouTube. Like I have a YouTube video paused on the TV right here. Signed the lease agreement, got that sent off, and then I did have to go to the apartment to drop off my deposit for like my security deposit, which again secures the place. So once I signed the contract, like the lease agreement, cool, technically you can still like say you changed your mind at that point, but once you give them the money, that's it. Like that's it. It is legally binding at this point. There is no turning back. This is your place. So yeah, that was pretty much how everything happened there. After that, it was very easy. I did have to email a couple things back and forth. I had to go and get like my electricity set up under my name, get my like Wi-Fi set up, but just kind of get all of that situated. Again, my leasing office were absolutely amazing. They text me and they had communication with me the whole time. Any questions I had, no matter how many questions I had, they were open and willing to answer, and was just overall amazing. I absolutely love my leasing company like so much. The people that work here are absolutely amazing. But it came time to move in, and I came because I moved during the whole COVID situation. It was a bit different, but I was able to go up to the apartment. They had everything set on the table, and yeah, the rest is history at this point. So yeah, guys, that is honestly in a nutshell the abridged version of my moving situation. Since moving, I have to say I love it. I think I love my apartment. I love the area. I love my view. If you follow me on Snapchat or Instagram, which you totally should, I post about this view all the time. It's in front of this gorgeous tree. It is absolutely beautiful. It is private, and I love it. I love it. I will say getting used to having neighbors has been really interesting, especially having an upstairs neighbors is very interesting, but I am so happy with it. And yeah, I hope you guys were able to take some information from this and can help you with your next move. For those of you guys who have never moved before or had any questions about it, then I hope this answered some of your questions. Otherwise, if you have any other ones you want me to answer, definitely comment down below. Like I said, I am here to answer away as much as I can. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, again, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, or it's not on the side. Hit the subscribe button. You know, you want to subscribe. You want to see my face. You want to get notifications every time the girl comes. So definitely subscribe. I have been posting vlogs like weekly. I am back, baby, and I am just so excited to see you guys again. So yes, I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.